Welcome to the podcast where we bring you the latest developments in international affairs. I'm Mike, joined by my colleague Elizabeth. Today, we're diving into Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's recent visit to Poland and Ukraine on August 21, 2024, a trip that's already making headlines around the world.
Thanks, Mike. This visit is indeed significant, not just for India but for the entire geopolitical landscape, especially with the ongoing tensions in Eastern Europe. Let's start with Poland. PM Modi's visit to Warsaw marks an important moment in India-Poland relations. Mike, what do you think were the key takeaways from this leg of the trip?
Well, Elizabeth, Poland has emerged as a crucial partner for India within the European Union. This visit underscored the growing strategic and economic ties between the two nations. One of the key highlights was the signing of multiple MOUs, particularly in defense and energy sectors. As a key NATO member, Poland offers India significant opportunities for defense collaboration, which is especially relevant as India continues to modernize its military capabilities.
That's a great point, Mike. Additionally, Poland's strategic location in Europe plays a pivotal role in India's broader outreach to the continent. PM Modi's visit also focused on boosting trade and investment. With Brexit altering the dynamics in Europe, India is looking to diversify its economic partnerships, and Poland, with its robust economy, fits right into this strategy. This seems to align with India's broader efforts to engage with European nations post-Brexit, don't you think?
Absolutely, and we shouldn't overlook the cultural diplomacy aspect of the visit. PM Modi's visit to historic sites in Warsaw highlighted the shared historical connections, especially during World War II. This not only strengthens bilateral ties but also emphasizes India's commitment to nurturing relationships beyond just economic and strategic interests.
Moving on to the second leg of the trip, Ukraine. Now, this is where things get even more complex. PM Modi's visit to Kyiv comes at a time when the region is still grappling with the aftermath of the Russian invasion. What do you think India's message was with this visit, Mike?
Ukraine has been at the center of global geopolitics, particularly since the 2022 conflict with Russia. India has maintained a delicate balance in its relations with Russia, the West, and Ukraine. By visiting Kyiv, PM Modi sent a clear message of support for Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity. However, it's important to note that India has consistently advocated for a peaceful resolution to the conflict, steering clear of directly confronting Russia.
That's an interesting balancing act India is managing. During the visit, PM Modi also met with President Zelensky, where they discussed not only the ongoing conflict but also post-war reconstruction. India has expressed its willingness to contribute to Ukraine's rebuilding efforts, which could open new avenues for Indian businesses and engineering firms, particularly in infrastructure development.
Indeed, but there's also the bigger picture: India's growing influence on the global stage. This visit reinforces India's position as a major player in international diplomacy, capable of engaging with different blocs and mediating in conflicts. It's also worth noting that this trip could impact India's relations with Russia, especially as the situation in Ukraine remains a sensitive topic for Moscow.
Right. And while PM Modi didn't take a strong stance against Russia during this visit, the diplomatic nuances were clear. India's approach seems to be one of pragmatic diplomacy, engaging with all parties while avoiding taking sides in a way that could jeopardize its broader strategic interests.
Exactly, Elizabeth. To sum it up, PM Modi's visit to Poland and Ukraine on August 21, 2024 was a carefully calculated move that highlighted India's growing global role and its efforts to navigate a complex geopolitical environment. It will be fascinating to see how these developments unfold in the coming months.
No doubt about that, Mike. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for tuning in to this podcast. We'll be back soon with more insights on global affairs. Until then, stay informed and stay safe.